guys, what's up? Amy Pigeon here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel, and welcome back if you've been here before. So today I'm going to show you how to do this intense, glamorous, super sultry holiday smoky eye featuring the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, of course. This palette is amazing for all of your holiday eye smoky needs or non-holiday eye smoky needs. It's just a wonderful smoky palette, and it has, you know, your little pop of color in here too if you want to get a bit more playful and tie this palette into the summer. But there are also lots of like rose golds and earthy tones, so it really does work year round, but wonderful with the gorgeous foiled sparkly shades and the deep rich tones for the winter. So yeah, if you guys like this tutorial, you know the drill. Be sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. And let me know what future tutorials you want to see in the comment box below. Alrighty, without further ado, let's get into this Spotlight Halo Eye Sultry makeup tutorial. Alrighty, so kicking it off, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to add the transition-y sort of shade. I'm using Twigged from this palette. Sorry, not Twigged, Twig. And I'm using a MAC 217 brush and going back and forth in windshield wiper motions in the crease and pulling it up towards the brow with lighter pressure to taper it out and make it a bit softer. And then, as per usual, going in with a clean, fluffy brush. This is either from Morphe or MAC, the brush that I'm using for this, and I'm just going to go back and forth along the edge of that to make sure it's really nice and soft and blended and tapered, creating that beautiful gradient effect we're always looking for in that upper crease area. And then if you feel like you need to build up the intensity a bit more, go back in with that MAC 217 crease brush and just add a little bit more color, and you can keep doing that back and forth step of blending with the fluffy clean brush and going back in with more product. So now I'm going in with a deeper brown shade called Dystopian, and I think this is a MAC 227 brush, I believe. It's like a skinny version of the 217, and I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the center of the crease and also sandwich the outer corners of my eyes with it and really concentrate that color going ham back in windshield wiper motions. And then we can try and lightly pull it upwards to blend it out, or go back in with that 217 brush like I am that had that twig color on it to blend out the edges, just going back and forth so we have a nice blend between those two browns. So now I'm going to go in with this color here called Pearl with a tiny little shader brush, and I'm just gonna plop that on the very center of my eyelid and lightly pat it out towards the edges to soften the blend a little bit there. And then I'm going to be going in with this beautiful pink color called Rose Quartz, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sandwich in that pearl color on either side of it, and we're going to lightly tap out the edges into the brown and into the pearl to do the blending work, so we don't have to go in with another brush and blend it out. This is too small of an area when you're layering this many colors onto each other to go in with a clean blending brush, so that's why we use such a tiny brush. Now I'm going in with the brown shimmery shade called Ember, doing the exact same thing we just did with the Rose Quartz, and we're also going to tap it along the top so everything is like very cohesive. Now I'm going in with that same tiny brush and using Noir on the very outer edges to create the most depth there, and also taking whatever's left on the brush upwards with that 227 brush into the crease, and going back in with the 217 brush to soften the edges and make it all super nice and blended. Now I'm going in with my MAC Brush Black Brush Stroke Liner. We're going to create a nice wing. Usually with a halo eye you don't do a wing, but I just friggin' love my winged liner because I have super round eyes, so I like to do whatever I can to elongate them. Once you've created your eyeliner shape, whether it's regular or winged, go in and put on that mascara. I'm not going to fuss too much about how well I put my mascara on because I always use lashes, but I'm going to use my MAC in Extreme Dimension Waterproof Lash, and then I'm going to put on my Bella Bay Falsies from New Balsam. I also have a code for that. Use Cruise6 at checkout for 20% off. Shameless self-promotion. Now I'm going in moisturizing with my MAC Strobe Cream for a nice glow, and my Stila Primer to just smooth everything and make everything last all day. Then my Dior Air Flash Foundation, and then my YSL Foundation Sticks to contour my face. So I use two colors for this. I use a more warm one just to add a a bit of warmth, and I like to darken my skin a bit. And then I use a sand color just to kind of allow the warm color to spread a little bit more, so it's not blending right into my pale skin. It's blending into that sand color and then into my skin. It just makes it a bit more seamless and natural, I guess. Now I'm going in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. We're going to put that under the eyes, in the center of the forehead, down the down the center of the nose, just to create a nice focus area there to make your nose look snatched and skinny. And underneath the contour, because I just like to brighten this area and really make my contour look sharp. And also on my Cupid's bow. And a little bit on my chin too. Christmas, everybody. And then we are of course going to blend out like a mofo. So we're blending this away from the contour. So under your cheeks, we're going to be blending it down. Under your eyes, you'll be blending it down. Your forehead, you'll be blending it up. So it's kind of like you're just blending literally in the opposite direction of where we blended the contour. So that way you get the lightest blended part of your highlight into the lightest blended part of your contour, if that makes any sense at all. I also like to switch my brush when I get right underneath my eyes. I like to use a small little dual fiber brush. Don't mind me just picking some hair out of my face there. So I will be switching to that brush in a minute. After you've blended out all of your concealer, we need to set the entire face. So I like to start under my eyes because my under eye area starts to crease the quickest, I find. So I'm using my MAC Next to Nothing powder. I really, really love that powder because I find it also offers a little bit more coverage. And it brightens as well. So I'm going to press that underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to go and buff it into the rest of my face with a nice dual fiber brush. Now with my Inglot 77 Gel Black Liner, I'm going to tightline my waterline with that, just using a little eyeliner brush. And I'm also going to carry a little bit of that into the very inner and outer corners of my lower lash line, which we're then going to go back into with that 227 brush to smoke it out and buff it out and make it really nice and soft and smoky looking. Once we've done that, we're going to go back into Dystopian, that nice dark brown, and we're going to go in with the same MAC 227 brush, and we're going to sandwich that in between the black spots that we just did. So we're basically mirroring what we did on the top of the eye on the lower lash line. This is essentially what a halo look is about. So now I'm going back in with that pearl color right in the center of the lower lash line, then the rose quartz, sandwiching it in, doing the same application method as we did on the top, lightly tapping out the edges. And then you don't have to put in that, I believe it was called teak, I think, or no, ember. You don't have to put ember in there because we have like much less space on the lower lash line. You could skip out on the color like I did. And I'm just gonna clean up any fallout, but also kind of soften the edges with a clean brush, or you can put a little bit of powder on it. So I'm using a bit of Kryolan translucent powder here because I just find it helps clean up and soften the edges of everything the best. Now onto the rest of the face. So I'm going to bronze with the most warm tone in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Medium Contour Kit. We're going to put that on the apples of the cheeks, around the perimeter of the face, the top of the forehead, your nose, because I find my nose gets a good tan, so that's why I would bronze my nose. And blend it down your neck so you don't look like a floating head. Then I'm going to go on in with this color in the middle. I believe it's called Fawn, and I'm going to contour underneath my cheekbones. I also like to blend that along the side of my temples. I'm going to contour the sides of my nose, underneath the tip of my nose, and right across the tip, just a little bit higher up to really like create a nice shadow and like a little ball at the end of my nose. I also like to contour my nostrils to make my nose look a little bit less wide. Not that I think it's wide, but I just like to make it super small. I'm gonna contour in the hollows of my Cupid's bow, underneath my lip to make my lip look super pouty, like there's a shadow created from my big, huge, juicy lips. And then I like to also hug around the apples of my cheeks to make them look a little bit rounder as well. Now I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow kit. I'm going to use this beautiful purpley lavender color called Ethereal, although it goes on quite pink, I find, on the face. And I'm going to highlight my cheekbones with that. I'm going to highlight right down the center of my nose to make it look super skinny and snatched, on top of the high points or the ridges of my Cupid's bow to make my lips look more pouty again, because with those shadows we created around there, a highlight just makes even, or creates even more depth. And then I'm going to pat out the nose and my lips to soften those highlights just a little bit so it doesn't look too much like a literal stripe down your face. Next, I'm going to go into my Becca by Chrissy Teigen face palette. This has like a nice bronzer in it, a highlight, and a blush. And I'm going to use the blush from that. I'm going to start it on the apples of my cheeks and then spread it backwards towards my ears, just between the highlight and the contour. I like to sandwich the two together with my blush because I find it just creates that beautiful seamless transition from one to the other. And then to finish off the show, I'm going to go in with my VDL Radiance Mist. This is just going to help melt away any excess powder into my skin to look super natural and give a little bit of radiance and glow to the complexion. And that's it. Well, that's it for today, you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this Sultry Spotlight Halo Eye smoky makeup tutorial. I know I had a wonderful time making it for you guys. This is a great look for the holidays, so please tag me if you recreate it anywhere on Instagram or Facebook and all the places. Yeah, if you like this video, you know the drill. Be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not already. It helps me out a lot. And let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future in the comment box below. Until next time, take care, guys.